Ben, Ben, you're one of the greatest journalists, the financial journalists that I know. And I'm noticing that naked short selling is now a hot topic. And Wes Christian, the website that I created, Stop Naked Short Selling, the movie that we're making on Wall Street treason and crime, they all seem to be having kind of an impact. What's your take on what's happening with all of the discussion now about tightening up on all of the Wall Street treason and crime?
Well, I think there's been a consensus has been reached, in the intelligence and military community that the financial industry, a large part of it is parasitical. So, for example, there's 1,000 times, last time I checked, 1,000 times more foreign exchange trading or gambling going on than there's actual foreign exchange. Like people paying for cars
Same
or
thing. Same thing with naked short selling. There's a million times more shares than actually exist.
yeah. So they're trying to eliminate this parasitical stuff, especially the stuff using supercomputers. Where
Flash trading.
where they can actually be half a second ahead of the real market and sort of insider trading. All that stuff is being
They're front running. Absolutely. That's cheating.
yeah, and the amazing thing about it is that most of the profits in Wall Street came from this kind of trading, which was run by artificial intelligence. So, and then all that money generated by artificial intelligence goes to politicians. So it really is not a conspiracy theory to say that artificial intelligence has seized a large part of our financial system, and that's just not right. That's not there's supposed to be people figuring out what's the best thing for us to do next in the world, what widgets to make, what things to build, and it's stopped functioning.
Let me point out that William Greider and John Vogel, whom I was honored to know both of them, they both died, or they would be on the Arise USA tour with me. But they pointed out that Wall Street financial trading has appreciated by 17 times, while basic physical capital has appreciated by only, I think, 5 or 10 times. It's the inflation and the cheating in Wall Street is phenomenal. So, Ben, you've got your eye on everything. Do you think that Wall Street is going to be cleaned up?
Yes, it's happening, and the sooner the better. But the real problem is that we still have privately owned central banks, and that is something that should be owned and controlled by elected representatives of the people, not self-appointed
and private banking and private reserve banking and all of that stuff. I agree with you. Do you think, from all that you've studied with Donald Trump, I mean, do you think he's coming back, as has been said recently? And do you think that he is going to end central banking?
Trump tried, but I think that the was a high level consensus among a lot of people that Trump had to go because, all right, the military is operating in 800 countries around the world, and he was going to withdraw all that. So all these generals were going to become unemployed, right? So they'd rather, become work for like a world government and keep their jobs. So that was one problem. And yeah, the other problem is he was looking at only at the United States and not the entire world. But he's definitely way better than the Biden thing now. And I hope he comes back in some sort of role. But there's also a need for some kind of world arrangement to replace the structures that were built after World War II, and he was blocking that. That's my understanding, But I'm remain a big Trump fan, and I think that all I still think there should be.
Yeah, well, rumor has it that he's going to be back in office sooner than later. But let me just say that our Rise tour is doing really well, and Mount Rushmore planning is now ramping up. We're going to open at daybreak. As the sun comes up, we're going to have a cowboy mass. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so what's the date of the Mount Rushmore event again?
4th of July.
Okay. Well, I really hope that this becomes something. So many people show up and it's so big that they can't pretend it didn't happen. and I wish you the best. The other thing I want to say is that I have contact with MI6 and Mossad types, and they are now working on all these politicians who've been compromised, maybe with a sex tape or a bribe or something, and they're going, and this is freaking them out because they're going to lose all sorts of pet world leaders who have been working against the people because they're being blackmailed or bribed, and that there's a big cleanup going on behind the scenes, and keep an eye out for sudden resignations of leaders to see that if that's true.
I believe it is true, Ben. In fact, I think you and I are both working to the same ends. Listen, we've come to the end of the internet thing here. We're getting very unstable, so I want to sign off. Do you have a final word for us from Ben Fulford in Tokyo?
Yeah, look, the final word is the good guys are winning, but we have to keep fighting until this is over.
God bless you, Ben. You're just an amazing human being, and I love your new haircut. Bye-bye.
Bye.